Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Naruto x Anko x Ino x Tenten movie. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video, let's start the story. Get out. You're old enough to take care of yourself, brat. The old man said, throwing a 6-year-old blonde-haired boy wearing a white t-shirt and green shorts by the name of Naruto in the middle of the street. The young boy looked up to the man with tears in his eyes mixed with confusion. Why are you treating me like this? What have I done wrong? I have nowhere to go, please can I stay? The blonde asked with fear in his voice. No you damn demon, you're a danger to everyone around you, so just leave us alone, and don't come back. And the owner just shut the door in front of the boy's face. Naruto decided to make his way through the Leaf Village to the office, since he had very few options. As he was walking through the village, everyone was glaring at him while whispering things about him he didn't understand. They looked scared and angry for some reason, calling him demon and monster. The boy just ignored them and continued forward. Then out of the blue, he felt something hit his head, causing him to fall over. He looked at the ground to see a rock with a little blood on it, not far from where he was. He looked at the villagers around to see some of them smirking and pointing. Maybe we should get rid of him now while we can, a random man said. Naruto started to cry. He didn't understand why they hated him. He was just a 6-year-old, yet they treated him like a monster. Why? What did I ever do to you? Can you just leave me alone? Naruto cried out. He was shivering while crying in fear. Throughout his life, Naruto Uzumaki was always treated like a plague. The people would beat, threaten, glare, spout insults, or even attempt assassination on the poor boy. 6 years ago, Konohagakure was attacked by Kyuubi no Yuko, and the village suffered plenty of losses. In order to defeat the Kyuubi, the Yondaime sealed it in a newborn baby, imprisoning the beast before it could cause further destruction. The child the Kyuubi was sealed in, unknown to the boy, was Uzumaki Naruto himself. Most of the villagers who know about Naruto blame him for the incident. They slowly approached Naruto with anger and fear in their eyes. Please don't hurt me, I'm sorry for whatever I did to make you mad. I'm sorry, please don't hurt me. He pleaded, as they started to beat him. You didn't do anything to these fools, a voice said. Everyone paused, then out of the blue Naruto disappeared. The villagers were surprised, and were looking around for the blonde. I could have sworn it was against the law to lay any hands on this boy, a threatening voice said from above. Everyone looked up to see a dark violet-haired kunoichi with light brown, pupilless eyes with a spiky fan ponytail, wearing a fitted mesh body with an orange miniskirt, while wearing a tan overcoat. You know you could get in serious trouble for this, not that I care. Because of what you've done, I have to report this to them. And don't worry, I got a good look at all of you all, and I also have a good memory, so I know who was involved. She said with an evil grin, causing the villagers to disperse. When the area was clear, she leaped down from the rooftop to an unconscious Naruto. Damn it, this is not good at all, Kunoichi said, as she picked up Naruto and headed to the office. Few moments later, in the office of the Hokage, the Sandaime Sarutobi Hiruzen was filling out paperwork, but he paused for a moment, feeling a disturbance. He had a feeling something happened that wasn't supposed to. Then out of the blue, someone shunshin in the office. Hello there, Anko, 12 years old. May I ask why you entered my office? I rarely see you anymore. How he paused when he saw the blonde bow in her arms. What happened to Naruto? Sarutobi asked. I was on my way to get some dangos, and on my way I saw the villagers attack them. I stepped in and gave them a little scare, then brought him here. Anko answered. This is most troubling. Even after what the Yondaime sacrificed, the villagers disrespect his legacy. I'm so sorry, my old friend, but the people are letting their fear get to them. Sandaime whispered to himself. What are we going to do about this? The kunoichi asked, looking at the unconscious blonde in her arms. Naruto Mindscape. Naruto woke up in a sewer-like place surrounded by walls. What is this place? Anybody? The blonde asked, hoping to get a response. Hahaha, it would seem my jailer has finally come to pay me a visit, said a voice. Naruto redirected his head towards the location of the voice to see a huge cage-like cell, but when Naruto took a glimpse at what was behind the cage, he stiffened a bit. Imprisoned behind the bars was a big orange fox-like creature with slit red eyes. Come closer, I won't bite much. Surprising himself, Naruto began to move closer until he was stared down by the creature's red eyes. Who are you, and where are we? The confused blonde asked. I'm most certain you heard stories about me. 4 years ago, Konohagakure was attacked by a great demon with 9 tails. Ring any bells? Naruto was confused for a brief moment until it hit him. Then that must mean you're the. How are you alive? I thought the Yondaime killed you. You can't be here, and where am I anyway? Naruto asked. Well, you're half right. I was defeated by your precious Yondaime. I was not killed, as it's impossible for a mortal to kill me. I'm a mass chakra formed into one being. The only way Yondaime was able to defeat me was to seal me away. And, as for where we are, this is the inside of your mind. The answer glaring at the young boy, watching his reaction, pondering what he will do next. Naruto thought about everything he was told. The only way to defeat this is to seal him away. Then he looked around the sewer, and if this is my mind. Naruto's eyes widened, then turned his blue eyes towards the fox, shaking. Then that means you are sealed inside me, and your Naruto was then cut off. Yes, you are correct. I am the reason the villagers treat you like a monster. But how about I make a deal with you? If you set me free, I'll punish the villagers for you. After all, you must hate them for how they treated you. They tried to kill you. The demon offered. If I set you free, what will happen to me? Naruto asked with concern in his voice. I'm not going to lie to you, kid. If you break the seal, and I escape, you will die. The fox answered. Naruto was shocked by this information. He wouldn't mind freeing the fox to get rid of this burden, but he didn't want to die either. They saw this. What is your answer, kid? The demon asked impatiently. Naruto gave the fox a surprising look before he spoke. Before I decide, can I at least ask why you attacked the village in the first place? Did we do something to upset you? Naruto asked. To say he was surprised was an understatement. He was actually considering setting him free just for the story of the night of the attack. Then he thought he was still human. He must be tricking him. No human can be trusted. But he decided to tell him this story. The fox told the blonde of the day of October 10, which is the day of the attack, and Naruto's birthday. While being sealed inside Kushina, she was attacked by a man wearing a mask. He then explained to Naruto that when sealed in a female, the seal weakens while she's pregnant, and somehow the masked man acquired this information, and used it to his advantage by kidnapping Kushina, and breaking the seal, releasing the fox. Then somehow the masked placed under taking over his action, causing the fox to lose control over his actions. Soon after, he was fighting the Yondaime toe-to-toe before finally being defeated by the Yondaime. When I finally regained control of myself, I discovered that Yondaime and Kushina were planning your run. I then tried to take your life, but they jumped in front of you, and gave their lives protecting you, and successfully sealing me away. Any more questions? Yeah, why me? And what happened to my parents? Naruto asked. Knowing how you humans think, he probably would have felt guilty using someone else's child beside his own. The demon answered. So wait, my father is Yondaime. Why hasn't anyone told me? The blonde asked, upset about something so important kept from him. Then he looked at the fox, and remembered the deal. Alright, a deal's a deal. I'll set free, but can you promise not to hurt anyone because of your hate? He asked the fox. To say the Kyuubi was shocked was an understatement. The fact Naruto was actually considering letting him go was a dream come true, and all he asked was not to hurt the same people who made the boy's life miserable. He was selfless, kinda like the sage of six paths, the only being ever respected. He looked back down at the blonde who was approaching the seal, but before he even had a chance to pull it off. Wait a sec, kid. The fox said, stopping the 4-year-old. I've changed my mind. I don't want you to forfeit your life for me. The demon said, surprising Naruto. Looking at the blonde questionable look, he decided to explain. I don't think the world could afford to lose someone as kind as you. It's full of hate and evil. There are very few people who would have done what you were going to do, and after seeing that, I've decided to stick with you and help you become stronger. The fox finished. There's no point in doing that. No one wants me around, and people are just trying to hurt me. Naruto said. So you're just going to give up? What would parents think of you, to see their only son die after everything they sacrificed? The fox asked. These words sunk into Naruto. He thought really hard about what to do. He was still young, and he was alone. Well, not completely, he soon thought. He had the, and now the. As long as there was at least one person who cared for him, he would not quit. Then he paused for a moment, and then looked up at the fox with a foxy grin. The fox smiled. So you decided? The demon questioned. Yeah. Just like Gigi, I'm going to become, and protect everyone in the village. Also, I'm going to show everyone that no, we are not monsters. I'll become stronger than ever before, that way people will respect me, and acknowledge me. The blonde said with confidence. The dream, kid, and I'll help you out, and together we will go far. If you do anything, just ask. The fox said, extending his knuckles to fist bump with Naruto. The blonde walks through the cage, and fist bumps the demon, completing his bond. Can you also do me a favor before you go, and change the look of the area? I might be a demon, but I'm not that much of a fan of the sower. Something like a forest would be nice, but how do? Just imagine it. This is your mindscape, kid. Naruto then closed his eyes, and tried to imagine a forest. All of a sudden the area around them started flashing, and soon a bright light consumed them. When the light faded, they were surrounded by trees and mountains. There were even a few lakes and rivers. Nice job, kid, but you should probably wake up before the old man gets worried. Just concentrate, and you should wake up. Oh, and I healed your wounds. I look forward to working with you. Naruto nodded, and closed his eyes once more, and disappeared. Where am I? Naruto looked up to see a beautiful purple-haired Kunoichi hold him. She gave him a mischievous grin, but in return, Naruto gave her a fearful look. He didn't know what to do nor who this person was. Sarutobi saw this. Naruto, don't worry, she actually was the one who saved you. Sandaime said, calming the young blonde down. He then gave Anko a sad smile, then jumped out of arms, and gave her an apologetic bow. I'm sorry for being scared, and thank you for helping. Naruto said, giving Anko a reassuring smile. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, future of the village. The blonde added, causing Hiruzen and Anko to give him a surprised look. Okage-ha, what makes you think a little like yourself can achieve something like that? What drives you to accomplish a goal like that? They asked. My drive is to protect everyone so they can respect me, and to get rid of all the hate in this village. Show people, you shouldn't treat other people badly if they don't know them, Naruto said. Sarutobi smiled at Naruto convention, while Anko gave the blonde a toothy grin. You know what I like about you, so I got a proposition for you. I will help you a little, and take you under my wing, and in return do not go back on your word. Become the greatest this village ever known, deal. The offer. But why would you do something like that? And besides, if you knew why people hated me, you wouldn't want me either. The kid said, looking down. What do you mean, Naruto? Hiruzen asked, playing dumb with concern in his voice. I mean, Jiji, I know why people hate me, Naruto said, putting his hand to his stomach, confirming the Sandame's suspicions. Naruto turned his head to Anko to see her approach him. He wasn't sure what was going to happen, so he closed his eyes, preparing for the worst. But to his surprise, she just put her hands on his shoulders and gave him a reassuring smile. Oh, trust me, I know, she said to the blonde, causing him to go into shock. She then continued. But I don't care, you are you, not the. And to answer your question, as to why, it's because you remind me of myself. I'm an outcast because my ex-bastard of a sensei betrayed the village, and since I was associated with him, people see me as a traitor, but I don't let it bother me. The point is we're both alone, and I see a little of me in you, and I can't help but help you. So what do you say, want me, as a sensei? Anko finished. Naruto stared at the kunoichi before giving his biggest foxy grin with tears running freely down his cheeks. Of course, thank you, Anko-chan, the blonde said. At that moment a spark went off in Anko. An unknown instinct took over that caused her to glomp Naruto, pulling him into a tight hug as she was rubbing their cheeks together. You're just too adorable, and you're all mine now. No one else can have you, understood? She said. Of course, Anko-chan, Naruto said, laughing in Anko's arms. Anko-chan, can you help me become stronger so I can become the strongest ever? It would mean a lot to me, they asked. Sure, why not, but I have to warn you. My training is going to make hell look like a paradise. Are you up for it? Anko warned. Be careful with him, Anko. He's still only a boy, so we wouldn't get hurt, Sarutobi said. It's okay, Jiji. As long as I'm with Anko-chan it will be okay. I trust her. And besides, being together will give me time to learn about my pretty lady, Naruto said, trying to calm the Sandame down. Anko just couldn't believe what he just said, so without thinking she kissed him on the cheek, causing the young boy's blood to rush to his face. Wow, when did you become a charmer? In the future I might take you for myself, the kunoichi teased. What do you mean? Naruto asked in confusion. It means I might marry you instead of just being your sensei, if you keep charming me, Anko said, licking her lips. Sarutobi gave them a glare. She got the message, and put Naruto down, then pat him on the head. I was only kidding, and besides I'm pretty sure you can be with any girl you want if you tried, she finished. The blonde then gave her a doubtful look. I don't think so, besides you, and Jiji, no one really likes me, and I really don't know how to interact with other people, either, considering I don't have any friends, Naruto said sadly. Anko then bent down to Naruto's level, and put her hand on his cheek, causing him to look at her. Well then I'll help you with that too. Gaki, I'm going to turn you into the strongest, smartest, badass, ladykiller ninja this village has ever seen. Of course I'll still be your favorite girl ever, right? Anko said. Of course, Anko-chan, I will meet your expectations, the blonde said, giving the purple hair kunoichi a thumbs up. Hiruzen sweat a bit. Is this a good idea? Those two together might cause trouble. Sarutobi thought to himself, then looked at Naruto. He looks happy, though I'll put all my faith in Anko. Maybe I can help a bit. Before you all set off, allow me to assist you with. Hiruzen then pulled out a white sheet of paper. Here, Naruto, pump some of your chakra into this sheet of paper. This will determine what your affinity is, Sarutobi told the young blonde. What's affinity for Jiji? Naruto asked the Sandame. Affinity is basically the 5 elements of nature. If the paper burns, your affinity is fire. If it soaks, it's water. If it splits in half, it's wind. If it wrinkles, it's lightning. And if it crumbles and turns into dirt, it's earth. Hiruzen explained. That's cool. Hopefully I can use them all, that way I'll be strong like you, you know, Naruto said, grabbing a sheet of paper. Sarutobi smiled at the boy's enthusiasm. Haha, that would be amazing, but don't get Hiruzen pause when he saw the paper split 4 ways. But what surprised him was that after it split, one half got soaked, one burned, and the other crumbled and turned to dirt. That's amazing, my boy, you have 4 affinity. That's quite rare in our village, the Sandame finished. Just like his father, have 1 more affinity. He sure is a prodigy. Hiruzen thought to himself. That's you're going to become a kick-ass one day, Anko said, scooping Naruto up in her arms, hugging him, causing Naruto to blush, which Anko caught. Be careful, if you blush too much it'll make me want to tease ya. I don't mind it, Anko-chan, after all you're pretty much the only person to ever hug me like this. It makes me feel special, you know. The blonde then turned to the one that was behind his desk. Hey Jiji, what was dad's affinity? He asked, causing the Sandame eyes to widen. What do you mean, Naruto? Are you saying you know who your father is? Sarutobi questioned. Yes I do, and don't worry, I understand why he sealed the fox in me. Knowing how he thinks he wouldn't want to sacrifice another kid besides his own, right? The blonde answered. Of course, I hope you'll forgive me for not informing you of your father. I've kept it a secret because your father had many enemies. He was well known throughout the entire nation, and many people wanted him dead. If word got out he had a son, shinobis from other nations would try to assassinate you. I couldn't take the risk. The Sandaime looks down in shame. Naruto jumped out of the purple-haired arms and ran around the desk to embrace them in a hug, then gave him reassurance. It's okay Jiji, thanks for protecting me. I promise I'll make you, Dad, and Anko-chan proud. Hey, what about me? They said. Sorry, I'll make you proud of Mr. Fox. Naruto said to the fox in his mind. Call me Kurama. Kurama said. Thank you Naruto, I know that you'll do great things. Sarutobi told the 4-year-old while patting him on the head. Anko then walked over to Naruto and put him on her shoulders, then gave them a toothy grin. See old man, I have to turn my new Naruto-kun into a legend. She said while Naruto waved goodbye before shunting away. Sarutobi just gave a huge sigh, because now he had to deal with the orphanage about Naruto adoption, and a whole lot of paperwork. Anko and Naruto appeared in front of a weapon shop. When they went inside Naruto got scared when he saw the old man behind the counter. The blonde wasn't sure how this guy would feel about considering everyone else ate. He slowly stepped back, but it didn't go unnoticed. Before Anko could say something the man spoke. Don't worry kiddo, I'm not going to hurt you. Welcome to my shop, you may call me Ox. The man said, as he gave Naruto a reassuring smile, and don't worry, I know who you are, Naruto, sorry about how the village treats you. I swear people are so paranoid. The blonde regains his confidence, and approaches the man. Thanks, Oji-san. Naruto said giving both the shop owner and a heartwarming smile, kawaii they both thought in unison. Anyway Ox, me, and my adorable Naruto-kun, were looking for some training weights, and some kunai. Anko said, looking at Ox, as he gave her a question, so decided to explain. This cute little is going to be one day, and being the best Anko-chan ever, I'm going to help him achieve that dream. So I bought some chakra weights and weapons so that we could get to training. The finished. Ox smiled, and then an idea appeared. Sure thing Mitarashi-san came this way, and, as for Naruto, he said facing the blonde. I have someone here you might be interested in being friends with. Tenten, may you come here please, Ox yelled. A few seconds later a little girl came into the shop. She had brown hair with 2 buns in her hair with brown eyes to match. She wore a pink Chinese-style shirt with white pants. She approached the old man, then turned her head to face Anko and Naruto. This is my daughter Tenten, sweetie, I was hoping you wouldn't mind becoming Naruto's friend, is that okay? Ox asked his daughter, which he received a nod from. She then approached the shy blonde, and stuck out her hand. I'm Tenten, and I'm 5 years old, she said with a huge grin. Naruto looked at her hand, then back at her, and decided to take her. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, and I'm 4. The blonde said, rubbing the back of his neck shyly. This was the spark the little brunette needed. She then Naruto embracing him in a hug. Kawaii 2-san, can Naruto live with us? Ox chuckled, but Anko decided to answer. Sorry little one, but this is mine, but I might be nice enough to let you borrow him from time to time. They said to the small brunette. Okay, well why don't you two hang out while Mitarashi-san and I get the supplies? The kids gave a nod, then Tenten dragged Naruto into the house, while Ox was helping Anko with the supplies. Tenten led the small blonde into her living room, and they started talking about their dreams and goals. Naruto learned Tenten wanted to be a strong kunoichi like her idol the slug Tsunade. Tenten was impressed by Naruto's dream, and she gave him her full support. The two kids bonded so much that Tenten basically got attached to Naruto, considering neither one of them have many friends. Soon it was time for the purple hair and the blonde to leave, which saddened Tenten a lot. She enjoyed hanging out with her new friend. Naruto saw this, and gave her a hug. Don't worry, we're friends for life, you are my best friend now, and that won't change, I promise. Naruto said, causing Tenten to return the hug. You promise you won't forget me? She asked. I promise, and I'll make another. When I need more weapons or tools I'll only come here if that's okay with you, Oji-san. The blonde said. Of course, you both are welcome here anytime. Good luck with your training, kiddo. Ox said, patting Naruto's head. Tenten then pecked Naruto on the cheek, causing the blonde to blush nervously. Bye Naruto. The young brunette said. Naruto the shopkeeper and Jonin thought together. See you Ten-chan. The blonde said before turning around and walking out of the store with Anko next to him. Ox looked at his daughter and saw she was still looking at the door while blushing. Looks like my daughter has a crush. She turned back to the door and smiled. Anko was walking down the road with Naruto on her shoulders again. She then decided to break the silence. So Naruto-kun, do you know which type of taijutsu style you want to learn? It would be helpful with your training. They asked. Naruto tilted his head in confusion. Can I just learn the same style as you, Anko-chan? He responded. My style focuses more on assassination and sneak attack. If we're being honest, that's not really a taijutsu style, and plus you need experience in killing for that. Which you are too young for. Anko answered. Naruto nodded in understanding. Kid, why would you learn the same style as your parents? They both were famous shinobis, and you might be able to incorporate their styles and make it your own. Kurama said to Naruto. That's a good idea. Thanks, Kurama. Naruto responded. Sure thing, kid. Anko-chan, do you know what styles my parents used? The blonde asked. Not particularly, but I can ask the old man later. How about we head to the library and archive so we can teach you about chakra control and ninjutsu? Anko said until she felt a shiver on top of her shoulders. She looked up and looked at Naruto's eyes, and it was full of fear. What's wrong with Naruto-kun? They asked out of concern. I'm not allowed to go to the library, you know. The blonde answered. Sezu? Anko asked. The librarian, she said demons aren't welcome there. Naruto responded. Anko stopped walking, and everyone around stopped gasping for air. Naruto was confused as to why people were looking at him with fear. What's going on? Kid, it's Anko, she's releasing a shitload of killing intent, try to calm her down or something. Kurama told his host. Naruto was panicking until he thought of an idea. He jumped off Anko's shoulders, gave her a hug, then grabbed her hand. Anko-chan, it's okay, I'm not mad. He then jumped up and pecked her on the cheek. As soon as he did, she snapped out of it and looked at Naruto, who had a concern. Sorry, Naruto-kun, if I scared you. Anko said with a guilty look. It's okay, but why were you mad? The blonde asked, as Anko picked him up and put him back on her shoulders. I don't like seeing people treat you like a monster for something you couldn't control. Everyone around here are just cowardly assholes. They said. So where are we going now? I mean, I can't go there, you know. Oh, you getting in that library if I have anything to say about it. Anko said, grinning evilly. Few minutes later, Naruto walked into the library, but before he could go any further, the librarian walked up to him and gave him a death glare which caused him to shiver in fear. I thought I told you before, no demons allowed in, but she didn't get to finish because she felt a kunai pressed against her throat. So you're the librarian I heard so much about. Do you mind if I ask you a question? Anko asked in a menacing tone. The librarian nodded for them to continue. Will you please tell me why my adorable little Naruto-kun isn't welcome in the library? Well, I thought it would be dangerous to allow a monster in the library near other kids and people. You have to understand. The librarian answered in fear. Anko's expression softened a bit. I understand, no one wants a demon around them. Naruto looked down like he was about to cry, while the librarian grinned a bit of hope that Anko saw things her way until they continued. But where is this so-called demon? Naruto, and the librarian looked at Anko in shock. What do you mean he's right there? The librarian exclaimed. Really? All I see is my kawaii blonde Naruto-kun trying to learn something, and a bitch trying to get in his way. Anko said with irritation in her voice. Tell me something, do you see a horn on his head? The librarian shook her head sideways. What about a tail, any claws or fangs? She shook her head sideways again. Now look into his eyes, and tell me what you see. She looked into his eyes, and saw fear. He was scared of her. But why was he the demon, at least so she thought? The librarian took one more look at him, and no matter how hard she tried she couldn't see a monster. All that was there was a boy willing to learn just like everyone else. The librarian was now filled with guilt, and decided to approach the blonde. She then put her hands on his shoulders, then embraced him in a hug. I'm sorry, Naruto, I was blinded by fear. I should have never treated you like a monster. Naruto, you're welcome here anytime. The librarian finished. Naruto gave her a smile, and patted her on the head. It's okay, I forgive you, and I hope we can get along in the future. Both the women were shocked and amazed at the 4-year-old. He forgave her so easily. The librarian swore to Naruto and Anko that she would help Naruto whenever he needed it, which Anko approved. The librarian Naruto located some books on chakra control, but instead of checking them out, she gave it to them as an apology and told him to come anytime, which Naruto responded with a hug. Anko then put Naruto on her shoulders and shunshin away. Anko appeared in front of a huge forest surrounded by fences with Naruto on her shoulders. Welcome to my humble home, this is where you'll be training Naruto-kun, and also where I live. She told the young blonde who was impressed by what he learned. Wow, that's so cool. If you can live in a scary place like this, you must be really strong. Will I be able to become strong like you? Naruto asked in excitement. Of course, that's why we're here. But before we do that, I'll teach you the academy basics, which consists of breaking A, performing a HENGE transformation, and BUNSHIN clone. They said to the blonde, who nodded in understanding. First I will show the Bunshin Jutsu. Now watch closely, my adorable Naruto-kun. Anko did a hand sign, then 2 clones appeared next to her. Now you try, this is an E rank, so you should get it in now time. Anko said, giving him a thumbs up. Naruto stood up and did the same hand sign, then a puff of smoke appeared. When the smoke disappeared, the clone of Naruto was there, but it looked deflated. What did I do wrong, Anko-shan? The student asked. It seems you overload with chakra, try to use less chakra this time. The teacher ordered the student. When Naruto was about to give it another go, Kurama interrupted. Kid, it's not going to work. The fox said. Why not, Kurama? They asked. You have too much chakra, and your reserves are even higher. You may need to learn at a higher level. Kurama finished. I thank Kurama. Naruto said with a grateful grin. Anko looked a bit confused until Naruto gave her an embarrassed grin. It turns out I have too much chakra and even more chakra reserves, he said, rubbing the back of his neck. Anko gave it some thought it might be possible, but did he figure that out from performing one, she asked herself. She then decided to test the Naruto hypothesis. Naruto-kun releases as much chakra as you can until I say stop, she demanded. Naruto gave her a nod, then put both his hands together lining up his fingers, and tried to concentrate. Soon he was covered with an enormous wave of chakra 10 times his size. The chakra was disturbing the wind, and Anko was surprised, as much as she was amazed at the amount her young brother was carrying. She soon snapped out of her thoughts, you can stop now. Naruto then released his fingers, and the wave disappeared. How is that, Anko-chan? The blonde asked. You were right, you do have a lot of chakra there, but how did you figure that out? The purple had asked. Naruto flinched at the question. He was unsure if he should tell her about his relationship with Kurama. It's an okay kid, I trust her. You may let her know about me. Kurama told Naruto, trying to calm him down. Naruto nodded, and gave Anko a serious look. Anko-chan, I'm going to tell you something, but can you promise not to tell anyone else? Naruto asked nervously. Anko gave him a reassuring nod. The blonde told everything that happened since they met at the office, about how he met Kurama, and was about to set him free before he was stopped by the fox himself, and they bonded. He also told her that Kurama was the one who told him about his chakra reserves. After the story, Naruto looked at Anko, wondering if she would accept him or not, but he didn't have to worry anymore. They picked him up, and embraced him in a tight hug. Don't worry, no matter what, you are still my kawaii little Naruto-kun, she said, earning a hug in return. Thanks, Anko-chan, you're the best. Naruto then broke the hug, then gave Anko a questionable look. But what are we going to do about my problem, Anko-chan? Naruto asked. They put a finger under her chin for a moment, then gave a victory grin. I got an idea about Naruto-kun. I'm going to teach you a forbidden word that even most shunins can't use. Anko said, looking at Naruto, giggling at seeing him jumping up and down with excitement. It's called Kage Bunshin no Jootsu Shadow Clone. It takes a massive amount of chakra to perform. Here, watch. They then made a cross with her fingers, and a clone appeared next to her. Unlike regular Bunshin, these are solid, and what makes this technique so forbidden is when the Bunshin dispel, everything the clone learns is transferred to besides physical damage or injuries. Which means? She asked. Naruto thought really hard before coming up with an answer. If they learn something, I'll be able to learn from mental experience, but if they do stuff like exercise, it won't affect me, right? The blonde answered. Anko clapped her hands, and gave Naruto a peck on the cheek, causing him to turn red. That's your reward for being correct, my little, she said with a devilish grin, stepping into place. She then folded her arms, and resumed sensei mode. Anyway, try to perform the Kage Bunshin like I did, then we will go from there. They demanded. Naruto nodded, and made his fingers cross. Kage Bunshin no, Naruto yelled, as she did a huge puff of smoke that appeared outside of the forest. When the purple hair was cleared, Jonin was more than surprised at what was in front of her. What appeared in front of her was 50 blonde hair shadow clones. Anko knew her limits, she could only make 5 at most, and her new Naruto-kun made 10 times the amount. She turned her head to her Naruto-kun to see what his condition was after performing a high ranking. Being surprised once again, Naruto looked like it didn't even faze him. He was just standing showing his foxy grin while rubbing the back of his neck. Sorry if I overdid it, I was trying to hold back a bit. What, you were holding back? Anko asked. Yeah, but I still can't control chakra like you can, so this is the best I can do. Naruto answered. So how do you feel? I bet I'm a little exhausted from making all these clones, right? You can't exhaust all your chakra into one. Anko explained, but the blonde gave her a confused look. But Anko-chan, I didn't. Didn't what? Didn't use all my chakra. Naruto answered. Anko gave him an impressed look. She was going to have him take a break, but she didn't plan on him having high stamina. But instead she decided to up the training. Naruto-kun, let me tell you that the training I'm going to put you through could kill you. We're going to go through everything I mentioned earlier, and we're going to split up your shadow clones to make the training go faster, but remember not to dispel them at once, or you might suffer from brain damage. First I'll make Kage Bunshins, and you let me take about 20, then each of my Bunshins will take 5 of yours, and teach them chakra control, ninjutsu, and taijutsu, understood? They said, receiving a nod from the blonde. But before that, Anko pulled out a sealed scroll, and released some weights from inside. Put this on your arms and legs. Naruto did what he was told. This looks cool, but what are they, Anko-chan? Those are gravity weights. When you apply chakra to them it doubles, and sometimes triples it. We're going to use these to build up your muscle and speed. Every time you get used to the weights, I'm going to double it, get the idea? Anko asked her blonde Naruto-kun, which he responded with a nod. But while you are wearing those weights I'm going to be chasing you through the forest there. He added, pointing to the forest behind the blonde. It's called the Forest of Death, also known as my home away from home. She glanced at the blonde, and tried to hold in her chuckle when she noticed a pale look on his face. Why is it called the Forest of Death? He asked with a hint of fear in his voice. There are a lot of things in the forest that can kill anyone in a heartbeat. I'm going to be there with you, so don't worry too much. But I won't help in a situation I know you can pull through understanding. They asked, petting the blonde. Gotcha, Anko-chan, I will make you proud and become the strongest ninja, you know. Naruto yelled. Anko nodded, then picked him up. Let's get to it, Anko said with a grin, and jumped in the forest with Naruto in her arms. The clones split up to do different training, while Anko trained the real Naruto in the forest. In the village, people could hear screaming and a little swearing throughout the night. 8 hours later. It's time to stop and go home. We have done enough training, so let's go home. Anko then turned around to see her Naruto-kun on the ground with swirls in his eyes. Guess I kinda overdid it. She then picks him up and shunts him away. Anko's apartment. Naruto passed out from exhaustion until he felt water touch his skin. He slowly regained consciousness and looked around to see he was in a bathtub. He was confused, but as he sat late in the hot water, he started to remember what transpired before. Oh, I see, you're finally awake. The young blonde turned his head to see a naked Anko walking in the bathroom. Naruto was staring for a brief moment, then a trickle of blood ran down his nose, which didn't go unnoticed. Wow, I didn't know my little Naruto-kun was such a pervert. No, I mean, Naruto panicked, but stopped when he heard Anko giggled a bit. It's okay, you're the only one I would allow to see me like this. After all, I did say I'm going to turn you into a babe magnet. So what better to start than with some skinship, they said, getting in the tub behind the blushing blonde. Why are you so quiet, Naruto-kun? Well, I have never been in a situation like this, especially with a pretty lady, Naruto said with his face turning red. Anko then surprised Naruto by wrapping her arms around him. Even without the training, you already know how to make a woman feel special. Maybe I should give you a reward. Anko, before she started to lick the tip of his ear, then proceeded to nibble it. Anko-chan, was all Naruto could say. Could tame her, make her yours. Mark her, and make her your mate, said. Mate? The blonde responded. Even though you're a kid, you're still a boy, and I know how to make boys happy. She whispered into his ear, causing Naruto to blush harder. Are you enjoying, Naruto-kun? Anko asked, but received no answer. She looked down to see Naruto passed out from heat exhaustion. Anko sweats a bit, then washed the unconscious Naruto, then carried him out to her bed. Naruto, you are going to do great things in the future. The thought before kissing his forehead while carrying him to the bed. 4 months later, Naruto and his new friend Anko spent the last 3 hours training in the Forest of Death with Taijutsu, Anko with her style, and Naruto trying to learn fox and hummingbird style. They each made clones to practice tree climbing with leaf sticking. Anko, even now, felt like she should get stronger along with Naruto. She was motivated by Naruto's enthusiasm and decided to train alongside him. While in the middle of training, Kuruma decided to intervene. Kid, I got a little gift for you and your mate that will help you get stronger. Near the Hyuga estate, your father and mother had an estate of their own that just as big as the Uchihas, and in their house they had scrolls and a gravity training room with seals that can change the temperature and change the environment. I think you and Snakeheim should check out, Kuruma said. Alright, thanks Kuruma. Anything else? Not that I can remember. Oh, and watch out. While Naruto was conversing with his demon, Anko pinned him down to the ground with the kunai to his neck. Naruto-kun, what's the deal? You were doing well until a few moments ago. Care to explain? Anko scolded. Well, Kuruma said, at my father's estate, there's a seal room that my parents used to train in, and they also left some training material for me. So he suggested we go take a look, and if we're serious about getting stronger, it'll help us a lot, Naruto explained. Anko accepted the answer and got off Naruto and helped him to his feet. Interesting. Well, if it helps us improve, I'm game. Did he happen to mention the location, or are we going to go on a wild goose chase? Naruto nodded. He said it's right by the Hyuga estate, but my father is you-know-who. I think we should be discreet and not let anyone know. At least not at the moment. Anko thought about what the blonde said. Sure, if they told everyone Naruto's heritage, it might change people's view on him and her since she's his friend, but at the same time it could leak out to unwanted ears and also create some fangirls. Anko shivered at the thought, but respected for his decision-making. I think it's a good idea to keep it a secret for now, that way you wouldn't have any problems with enemies or annoying sluts, Anko responded. Naruto gave her a confused look. Sluts? The blonde questioned. Yeah, if you let everyone know your heritage, you are going to have fangirls up your ass, and trust me, you would rather have a fight with the villagers than deal with those lunatics. The answer. Well, you don't have to worry about them, after all I have you, and you're the only one I want to be with. Naruto covered his mouth at his confession while blushing, and slowly turned his head toward the kunoichi, and noticed she was giving him a seductive smile. Though, does Naruto-kun have a crush on his sensei? Anko asked teasingly, appearing behind the blonde, wrapping her arms around the blonde. You know, that actually makes me quite happy, you know. The kunoichi finished nibbling his ear. Alright, I have a crush on you, but I know I can't do anything about it till I'm older. But who wouldn't have a crush on you? After all, not only are you beautiful, you are very strong, and nice enough to help when no one else would. Plus you love messing with people, as much as I do. You don't care what people think of you, and even though you know who my parents are, you never once use me, plus we understand each other on a deep level that we don't have to wear a mask with each other. You are an amazing person, and I can't help but like you. Anko was surprised at the words that left Naruto's mouth. She was so used to hate from all the villagers from being a trader's apprentice, and guys only going after her for her body, and never getting a chance to get to know her, calling her snake whore and branded slut. She forgot how it feels to have someone actually care about her. Sure, she had Kurenai and Yugao, but she wasn't really close to any guy considering she was always being avoided, and here was someone who actually liked her, cared for her, and wanted to be her friend. She couldn't believe her ears, but she had to test him. Aki, no, Naruto-kun. Naruto was shocked at how she addressed him, but kept his mouth closed. I'm about to let you in on a secret. It's really not a comfortable topic for me, but seeing how you care about me, and my first real friend, I think you should know. Anko-chan, it's okay. If you don't feel like talking about it, I understand. The blonde stated. Thank you, Naruto-kun. Anko said, pulling him into a hug, causing him to blush. But I don't mind telling you, so listen closely cause I'm not going to repeat myself. One of the reasons I saved you was not only because it was the right thing to do, but you reminded me of myself. You see, I'm not really loved here, and treated like a plague because of my former sensei Rachithine. He was a leaf, and my idol. After I graduated from the academy he took me on, as his apprentice, and it was a great honor to be trained by a legendary, so of course I accepted. But over the course of the years he has been training me less, and less. Of course I've dismissed it assuming he's been going on missions and all, but it turns out he's been doing illegal experiments on people trying to come up with. When he was caught he tossed me aside, and told me I was a failed experiment for power because I couldn't survive his curse seal. After the event people didn't trust me anymore, and the villagers started calling me snake whore and snake bitch. So I put on a scary mask to hide my feelings, and push people away. I made some friends over time with Yugao and Kurenai, but everyone is either scared of me or only after my body. No one ever tries to get to know me, and it just pisses me off how incompetent the villagers can be, blaming others for what they can't control. Anko explains with sadness in her eyes, holding back the tears. She didn't notice a pair of arms wrapping around her, but when she felt it, she looked to see a pair of cerulean eyes staring at her with care and sympathy. Well, don't worry about the villagers because I'm here now, and forever. Anko's eyes widened, but before she could speak Naruto continued. You're the first one to accept me, Anko-chan. You see me, as me, and not Kuruma. And I feel complete with you around me. Someone who understands my pain, sadness, and loneliness. I actually feel like I found an actual friend, so what do you say? You have my back, and I have yours, friends? The blonde asked, extending his hand. Anko gave him her first real smile in a long time, and grabbed his hand, and intertwined their fingers before answering. Foxy, with your luck we might become something more. She then pulled him into another hug which caused the blonde to blush, but he ignored it. Kuruma was smiling for the couple. He knew the hardship of being treated like a monster, and knew they deserved a little possible. Kid, I'm happy for you, and your mate, so if you want to make your bond even stronger, I got a proposition. Kuruma safe mentally. What do you have in mind? I noticed the curse seal on her neck, so instead of destroying it, I can rewrite it with my chakra, and not only that, I might be able to give her a... Really? That would be great, but would she be okay with it? I'm sure she would love it, but first we have to figure out her second affinity. Ask her, I'll connect our senses to hear the conversation. Naruto nodded, and backed away a few steps. Anko, Kuruma, and I may have come up with a way to remove the seal on your neck. The next thing Naruto knew he was being smothered by something soft that felt like these. If you can, I'll be yours forever. I mean, I've already started to like you a bit, but if you can get this snake time seal off of me, I'll be more than willing to go out with you when you're a little older. Anko said, blushing while Naruto was blushing as well. I knew she liked your kid, but you need to snap out of your fantasy and tell her about the offer. Naruto shook his head, and began to explain to Anko about rewriting the seals, and connecting the two of them. Kuruma decided to add protection, so no one can sexually touch Anko inappropriately. Anko was thinking about everything she was told. So let me get this straight, not only you would be able to reconstruct the mark, it will sync us together. Naruto nodded. It'll protect me from rape. Naruto nodded again, and, as a bonus, I get myself a did I get everything right? And for the last time Naruto nodded. Anko gave the blonde a sexy grin before replying. I'm in. But now if we're done talking, make yourself towards the Namika's residence, then we can begin, and start some more training too. Naruto nodded, and proceeded to the house. After they arrived in the area, they saw nothing but trees. Kuruma spoke while reading Naruto thoughts. Kid, the whole area is protected by seals infused with only someone with Kushina and Minato blood. You good to go. Naruto then grabbed Anko's hand, and proceeded through the seals, but when their eyes witnessed the complex it grew, as big saucers. The complex was bigger than the Hyugas and the Uchihas. It was a safe bet to say Naruto was impressed, but what caught his eye was a big house with a red roof, and the resident list Uzumaki and Namikaze. Naruto pointed it out to Anko, who then nodded, and went inside after putting some blood on the door. Inside was like a mansion, and everything was clean with seals plastered on them. Downstairs is a training room with protection seals. I will remove the curse mark. Naruto and Anko made themselves downstairs awaiting Kuruma's instructions. Now the next part is up to you. We could either have you bite her neck where the seal is located. Anko stared at Naruto waiting for instruction until she noticed. So what did the fox say? Naruto walked up to Anko and whispered something in her ear causing her to blush. Well, I didn't want you to give me a hickey, at least until you're older, but if it means getting this plastic curse stain off me, I'm in. Naruto nodded and moved his face closer to and bit the side of her shoulder, causing her to grit her teeth in pain. Naruto channeled the chakra to the mark, causing it to purge. After he was done, Naruto moved away and looked at Anko with a concerned look. I'm fine, Naruto-kun is just a little tired. Naruto nodded, and they both went to their room and dozed off for the night, and for the first time in years, Anko had a good night's sleep. 2 years later, Namika's residence. What does he mean I have to learn a new style? What about the snake style? Questioned Anko 14, glaring at Naruto 8. Kuruma said since your goal is to kill Pedo Team, you should learn a few new styles. He suggests Dragon style since you're already fast. You have to add a little power to your attack, trying to destroy your opponent's body a limb at a time. He thought you would enjoy it, and plus you can still use Snake style, and keep your contract. Anko thought, well, I guess it would be a good idea to be unpredictable. Anyway, let's get back. Before she could finish, there was a knock at the door. Anko proceeded to the door to find a girl with brown hair and 2 buns. Hi Anko, I'm here for training, am I late? Tenten, 9, asked, breathing hard. No squirt, you're just in time. Come to the training room. Tenten ignored the nickname and followed Anko to the training room. When she saw her favorite blonde, she ran up to him and gave him a huge hug, nuzzling their cheeks together. Hi Naruto-kun, you miss me. Always, but let's get to training. We got done sparring with Anko-chan. Naruto said. Over the 2 years, Naruto and Anko started training in many categories. They even brought Tenten because Naruto suggested. They found out she was an orphan like them, before being adopted by Ox, and they grew even closer. After Naruto started learning, thanks to Naruto Cage Bunshin and photographic memories, he was a level 7 seal master. There are 12 levels, and he made the 3 of them get rid of the weights, and put gravity seals and chakra restriction seal on the 3 of them, increasing the reserves and physical abilities. Naruto currently knows B and C rank revolving around the 4 affinities for defense and attack, plus he awakens the lightning affinity during training. He's at mid-level Uzumaki and Bijutsu style, and Kuruma had him learn Taijutsu style for each element, the Dragon style for fire, Minky style for wind, Uzumaki for water, Fox for earth, and was currently learning Tiger style for thunder. And thanks to Kuruma infusing his affinities, he's learning lava, wood, storm, scorch, and ice style he found in his family scroll. But there wasn't much, so he had to come up with his own, and being the all-knowing demon, Kuruma gave him some tips. The blonde's current chakra control level is of A, Taijutsu is high, Ninjutsu is no, and is mid-chunin. Anko started her training in scorching, and learning Dragon Taijutsu style. She also received a new contract summon, surprise for later. She started learning, and Bijutsu just like Naruto, she improved her chakra control, and started studying in seals, even though it was complicated for her, so she settled for level 4. Anko still wanted revenge against Snake Pedo, but more than ever she wanted to protect Naruto and Tenten. Tenten had a tougher time with her training, since her goal is to become a weapon master. Naruto put a double seal on her chakra reserve to increase her chakra faster, and a gravity seal. Naruto and Anko showed her Cage Bunshin, so she can study weapon styles for each weapon, and infuse chakra through them. She discovered her affinity was fire, and thanks to Kuruma marking her since Anko said she wouldn't mind sharing the blonde with considering he might be put in Kra, she was given a second affinity which was earth, and she was practicing infusing fire into her weapons. She and Naruto learned all the chakra control exercises like leaf sticking, tree climbing, water walking, and kunai spinning. They both can break that's under cage level, and survive level killer intent or lower. Anko also taught them emotion control, that way they won't give in to taunts or fear when on a mission. Anko sometimes would take them to the forest of death to spar, and survive training. She made them kill some animals to get used to killing, and strengthen their resolve. And, as a bonus they can do one-handed hand signs for their precise affinities and can do Cage Bunshin without any hand signs. Naruto and Tenten are mid to high level. And unknowing to the 2 females, Kuruma is forcing Naruto to grow slightly faster. He will be Anko's height when he's a genin, and currently resides in his parents' house receiving permission from them. Kuruma also put a safety on the mate seals, that only Naruto kids will inherit the mothers, to prevent some unnecessary breeding. Alright, enough training. Naruto-kun, you have to get ready for the academy, it's your first step to being a shinobi. But remember, we're not emotionless tools, so try to make some friends. Anko said, wiping the sweat off her face. I know. It's just going to be so boring considering I'm ahead of them. Naruto complained. I agree, but if it makes you feel any better, you are going to have a Hyuga and an Uchiha. Tenten added. Yeah, just what I need is a stealing thief. Don't worry kid, he won't be able to use your sub-element, nor your one-hand signs either. Kuruma reassured me. The fox just informed me that the Sharingan won't be able to copy, nor one-handed hand signs. That's good to hear. If you see him try to copy my moves, I'm going to shove a kunai so far up his ass, he's going to need surgery just to get it out. And just so you know, I've heard he has a superiority complex. Tenten said. Alright, enough chit-chat, both of you all have to head to the academy. In the meantime, I'm going to update Jai-san about our skills. Anko said, receiving a nod from both of the kids. The three of them decided to keep their strength hidden from everyone, but because of the Hiruzen family, and wanted no secrets between them. Alright, see you later Anko-chan. Naruto said, grabbing Tenten's hand causing her to blush. Come on Ten-chan, let's get going. The blonde ran out the door with the bun-haired and Shunshin away. Academy. Naruto and Tenten appeared in front of the academy and looked around to see they were the first ones there. Tenten sighed, then put her hands on her hips and glared at the blonde. Narukun, damn it. What if we got caught? We were told not to reveal our hand. She scolded. Naruto was wearing an unzipped black jacket with gold lines coming down the sleeve and an orange Uzumaki swirl on the back. Under the jacket he wore a fishnet shirt and black cargo pants and sandals. Tenten wore a pink sleeveless kippao-style blouse with red sleeve trimmings and yellow buttons and dark green pants with blue ninja sandals. I'm sorry Ten-chan, I just got a little excited. And, as a bonus we get to spend some alone time together, after all it's been a while since we have been by ourselves. Naruto said, rubbing the back of his head, not noticing Tenten's blush. They then proceeded to the bench, hands intertwined. After they sat, Tenten leaned her head on her boyfriend's shoulder just enjoying the peacefulness. Soon they heard the bell ring, and Tenten looked upset about breaking off her time with Naruto. The blonde noticed, and gave a peck on the lips, and his foxy grin. Don't worry, we'll meet up later, and how about we grab a bite to eat? He then proceeded, leaving a stunned Tenten. She then shook off while still blushing, and headed to her class. Naruto arrived to find he was the first one there, so he made himself to the top row of the class, and sat by the window. After another few minutes 2 more people came in. One of them had raven-colored hair, with onyx eyes, and a blue shirt with a Uchiha logo on. Guess who? Kuruma started to growl a bit when the Uchiha came into sight, which was understandable. Next to him was a boy with dark sunglasses, and a sea green jacket with a high upper collar. Naruto walked up to both of them, extending his hand. Uzumaki Naruto, nice to meet you. The Uchiha looked at his hand, and ignored walking away with him. Naruto was not bothered by it, considering he was warned about the superiority complex of the clan. He turned to the other boy, and gave him his foxy grin. Uzumaki Naruto, want to be friends? Abiram Shino, I would be honored to be your friend Uzumaki-san. Shino said. Naruto is just fine, Shino. Shino nodded, and proceeded to the same row as Naruto, and sat next to him. Soon more people started to arrive, and Naruto introduced many of them. Every outfit are canon, but Naruto's. He found Nara Shikamaru to be very lazy, but he learned from Anko that Naras are very intelligent, but never motivated. Next was Akimichi Choji, Naruto, and Choji got along very well since both of them had good hearts, but Choji always seemed to be eating. After Hyuga Hinata, she was probably the exact opposite of Anko, shy and gentle. Naruto tried talking to her, but she seemed to pass out a lot when he approached her. Last was Inizuka Kiba. He was cocky and brash, always thinking he was the alpha male, but overall wasn't a bad guy. Move out my way, you know pig. Naruto turned to the classroom door when he heard the loudest scream of his life. Shut it, billboard brows, said another voice. A few seconds later 2 girls ran through the door. One had long straight pink hair, and the other was blonde. Naruto's attention was on the blonde. For someone young, she was quite beautiful. Naruto put on his foxy smirk. I was here first so I got to sit next to Sasuke-kun, so shove it. The pink hair exclaimed. Well, you know what I think. The blonde girl asked. I think you are the most beautiful girl in this classroom. The blonde girl turned her head to the stairs and started to blush. The cute blonde boy was walking towards her with a small grin. He wore an open jacket so she could tell how hard he worked out, and the way his bangs covered part of his eyes. And speaking of eyes, it was the most beautiful cerulean blue she ever saw. Were you talking about me? She stuttered. Of course. Oh. Where's my manners? My name is Uzumaki Naruto, so what's your name, beautiful? Naruto asked the blushing blonde girl. Yamanaka Ino, nice to meet you Naruto-kun. Ino stuttered again. Ino-chan hot, well I hope we can be friends. Of course, I like that. Naruto nodded, turned back around, and walked back to his seat next to Shino. The whole class was surprised at the reaction of the gossip queen. Ino was the second loudest person in the class, and Naruto just made her as shy as Hinata. Ha, take that pig. I got the seat next to Sasuke-kun, in your face. The pinky said, clinging on to the Uchiha. Ino exchanged looks between Naruto and Sasuke, and gave a small smile confusing the pink head. You can have that emo Sasuke, because I found someone even better. She then walked up to pass the shocked Sasuke to the last row, and approached Naruto. Do you mind if I take the seat next to you? Ino asked her fellow blonde. Naruto smiled at her request. It would be my honor. Ino smiled with a slight blush and took the seat next to her and hugged on his arm, which caused Naruto to blush. I hope I'm not invading your personal space, Ino said. Of course I don't mind, after all you are a beautiful girl. Naruto flirted, making Ino's smile grow and blush harder. Hinata looked down, which Naruto noticed, and got close to Hinata's war and whispered. Don't worry, I think you're just as beautiful as Hinata-chan. Hinata blushed up a storm and fainted on her desk. What's the matter, pig? You found out Sasuke-kun will never give you the time of day. Sasuke taunted. No chance, billboard. I happen to discover someone better, and they are willing to give me a chance. Ino retaliated. Plus I believe Sasuke is rooting for the same team. After all, how can he turn down a gorgeous girl like Ino and still be considered straight? Naruto added. Shut up, Baka. You will never be as good as Sasuke-kun, Sasuke yelled. You shut up, forehead. For all we know, Naruto-kun could have some hidden talent, so don't judge people without getting to know them. Ino countered. When those words left Ino's mouth, he was happy. Someone who wouldn't judge him on his little friend might be right in front of him, but he has to build a bond with her. It doesn't matter what kind of talent that no-name has, he will never be an elite like me. Sasuke voiced up, looking at the blondes, causing Sasuke and a few other girls to squeal. Ino didn't know what to say, because part of her believed that Uchihas were invincible, and they were the prince of the village. She looked at Naruto worried, and to her surprise he was grinning, causing her to blush even more. Really? You are an elite. Naruto chuckled, causing Sasuke to glare at him. More like second best. I am the best Obe, and it would do you good to remember that. Sasuke warned, grinning. Kid, show him a little of your speed. I know we said we were going to hide your strength, but this damn child is pissing me off. I want to see his face when he sees a little of your strength. Kuruma demanded. Naruto nodded and smiled, making Sasuke confused. So the best, huh? Do you mind if I test that theory of yours? Before Sasuke could answer, Naruto disappeared from sight, then Sasuke felt a hand touch his shoulder. Sasuke quickly turned around and was shocked to see Naruto crouched on his desk. Ino had heart in eyes, shouting things like Naruto-kun is amazing. Some of the other girls were blushing at the grin on the blonde's face, and were impressed at his strength, and soon was joining her, slowly forming a new fan club. Sasuke was seething at the blonde in jealousy. How did he do that? He possibly can't be stronger than me, right? After all, I'm from the Uchiha clan, the elites of the elite. Sasuke thought. I demand you teach me that teleportation technique, this instant. Naruto was quiet for a while, then started chuckling, making Sasuke more angry, if that was possible. What's so damn funny? Naruto stopped laughing to answer the emo. That one, you can't demand anything of me, and two, you thought that was a technique. What do you mean, Baka? Of course it was a technique. After all, no one could surpass Sasuke without using some. Sasuke yelled. You know you would be a lot more tolerable and cute if you didn't yell Haruno-san, like Ino-chan and Hinata-chan, Naruto said, making Ino blush harder with hearts, while Sasuke was fuming. And to answer your question, that wasn't a technique, it was pure speed. After he answered, everyone started having different thoughts. How's he faster than me? I'm an Uchiha, that idiot, making Sasuke-kun look bad. He's hot, strong, and best of all, he's blonde like me. We're a perfect match. Ino Uzumaki has a nice ring to it, but their thoughts were interrupted when they walked in the room. Alright class, I'm going to be the instructor, Yumi no Ruka. Now before we begin I would like to guide your skills and talents, they said. How are you going to do that? Are we going to take some sort of test? Sasuke asked, while constantly glancing at Sasuke. Sort of, we're going to do a sparring tournament, and depending on your performance will determine your rank, understand? Hi, good, now let's make our way outside. The class followed the outside to an empty field. Now for this test, we're going to make 2 teams, Iruka said. You can do any trick to your disposal, as long as you don't kill or seriously injure anyone. Now who wants to be captain? Iruka asked. I'll be captain. Kiba volunteered, but to his displeasure, 2 girls was against it. Hell no, why would we want you, as captain? Sasuke yelled. I agree with forehead, no way anyone would listen to your dog breath. Ino added. Then who do you 2 think should be captains? Iruka intervened. That's easy, it should be Naruto, Sasuke, Ino, and Sasuke said in unison before glaring at each other. Does anybody else agree? I wouldn't mind teaming up with Naruto-kun, so I second that vote. Shino said. What are you guys stupid? Everyone turned to Kiba as he continued to speak. The team here, pointing at Sasuke, is an Uchiha. It's a guaranteed win if you team up with him, even without the Uchiha you'll still have me. Sasuke wanted to pound Inizuka for insulting Sasuke, but refrained from it, since he technically complimented him. I wouldn't mind being on the Naruto-kun and Shino-kun team. Hinata added, pressing her fingers together. Well, it's settled, Naruto and Sasuke are team captains. For this exercise all the students have to do is capture the other team prince or princess. This teaches you how to stand your ground and work together with each other. Anything goes, but if I see anything going wrong, I'll step in. After the announcement, Naruto had Ino, Hinata, Shino, Shikamaru, Choji, and a few of his new club on his team. Sasuke and Kiba with his fangirls, and a few civilian boys on his. Then Iruka told them to pick a prince or princess. Naruto smirked and walked towards his chosen person, grabbing her hand and kissing it. Princess Ino, will you do the honor of being my team princess? Ino blushed up a storm, and steam arose from her head with hearts in her eyes, then she passed out. I'll take that as a yes. Naruto chuckled. Sasuke noticed this, hoping that Sasuke would ask her, but when she went to ask, all she got was a whatever. Everyone separated to their side of the field and began to plan. So Naruto-san, what's the plan? Shino asked, as they huddled together. Well, for catching Haruno, I'll leave that up to Shika. Naruto said. Not that I mind this troublesome suggestion, but what about you? Shikamaru. I will be dealing with the theme and the mud. They're the biggest threat on the team, but they have the biggest weakness. And what is that, Naruto-kun? Ino asked, squatting closer to the blonde. Naruto looked at her, giving her his foxy grin, making her eyes turn to hearts. There he goes, I'll rile them up and take them both. Shikamaru, you and Hinata-chan pick anyone you want and go for Sasuke. Shino, you can use your bugs to keep the girls away from Princess Ino, and Chaoji keeps the boys away. Got it. Hi. Everyone said except Ino, who was blushing at Naruto calling her a princess. After the planning, Naruto decided to ask Kuruma something. Hey Kuruma. I know we are supposed to hold back, but to what degree? As long as it is low, I'll think you're fine, but no. The fox instructed. Naruto nodded, and went back to his friends waiting to start. When it began, Naruto ran forward at low speed, surprising his team, but more importantly gaining the attention of the two targets. Hey Ino, are you ready to get your ass handed by yours truly? Naruto taunted, gaining the attention of the two, like a moth to a flame. Dobe, everyone knows only a Uchiha can beat a Uchiha. Sasuke retorted, approaching Naruto. That's right loser, you going down. Kiba added the following to Sasuke. Back down the dope mine. You're not the boss of me, I'm the alpha. Oh that's adorable, the married couple having a feud. Sasuke, I knew you always played for the same team. Naruto jokes. Sasuke had it, and charged the blonde, cocking back his fist, while Kiba right behind him. Sasuke threw a punch towards Naruto, which he caught. Naruto then grabbed Sasuke's arm, and threw him towards Kiba, sending the two backwards towards the ground. Kiba got up first, and charged the blonde, sweeping horizontally. Naruto sidestepped to dodge it, and roundhoused Kiba in the face, sending flying back. Sasuke, thinking that Naruto was distracted, ran up to him, throwing another punch, but the emo didn't notice the smirk Naruto had. Right when Sasuke was about to hit him, Naruto grabbed his arm, and threw him towards Kiba, face forward, landing on top of the mud, face to face, accidentally kissing each other. Sasuke's fan club was glaring at Kiba, while Naruto was laughing his ass off. Team and Mud, it's not the time to deepen your relationship, you two can go to the hallway closet later. Naruto jokes, making the whole entire class laugh out loud, even Sasuke. But unknown to them, a certain shadow user was approaching her. Hahaha, I swear this is the funniest shit I've ever seen, good job kid. Kuruma said. The whole class was too busy laughing, and didn't notice that Hinata and Shikamaru were sneaking up on Sasuke. Soon the duo grabbed her, and won the game. Kiba received a beating from the team fan club, and Sasuke went to the bathroom trying to clean his mouth. Everybody heard laughing, and turned to the source, and saw Tenten sitting on a tree. That was so funny, serves the two right. Excuse me, but who are you? Sasuke asked. I'm Tenten, nice to meet Sasuke. Tenten replied. How? I watched the whole thing, and seeing the Uchiha get his ass handed to him on a platter is by far the funniest thing I've ever seen. Tenten said, jumping down from the tree, and walking towards the blonde. Hey Naruto-kun, ready for lunch? Naruto nodded, and the two went to the roof to enjoy their food. Naruto's new friends asked if they could join, which he said he could. When they arrived they decided to sit in a circle with Ino on his right, and Hinata on his left. But to both the girls' dismay, Tenten took the best seat on his lap, causing sparks to fly between the three. Naruto chuckled, and looked towards the sky. This might not be so bad. Now I'm sure you know why you've been called here. It's time to form your genin team. But I decided to change things up. Sarutobi stated. I want everyone to choose any number of genin you want or are willing to form a team with. After you inform me of your reason, I'll be the deciding factor. Write the names on the form, and present it to me, and we'll go from there. The process, even though they were still confused, Asuma chooses Shikamaru, Choji, Ino, and Shino. Sarutobi understood he wanted to form the new generation Ino Shikacho, but he was confused why he wanted Shino. When he looked at Kurenai's list he smiled. Hinata, Kiba, and Shino weren't really a surprise, but the next two were, Ino, and Naruto. But he was quite disappointed in Kakashi's list. It consisted of Sasuke, Naruto, and Kiba. Asuma, let's start with you. I understand the first three, but why Shino? Well Pops, if by some chance I couldn't form the Ino Shikacho, Shino would be good, as backup. Choji, Shikamaru, and Ino are a capture and trap team. Shino bugs would be able to absorb chakra or immobilize them, as well, he's also almost as smart as Nar, and cool as a cucumber. He would be easy to strategize with. Asuma answered. Hiruzen nodded and accepted the answer. He then turned to the one eye with the orange book. Kakashi, I understand you want to train the Uchiha, but why Kiba and Naruto-kun? He asked, expecting a half-ass reason. He knew about his dedication to train Sasuke, and hopefully Naruto being Minato's son would be the reason he wanted to train him. Because out of everyone in the academy, Naruto and Kiba had a rivalry with Sasuke. They would be able to push each other to their limits. I was hoping to form a bond between Sasuke and the boys. Of course, with him being Uchiha, Naruto and Kino would have to work harder to catch up to the boy. Kakashi answered, not taking his eyes from the book. Sarutobi shook his head in disapproval. He didn't care which one he got, as long as they made Sasuke stronger. If he put Naruto on the team with Sasuke, considering how strong he was, Sasuke will go into a rage considering Sasuke hasn't bested Naruto in anything since the academy. He knew about the boy's jealousy and lust for power. He turned to Kurenai. Kurenai-san, why did you want Ino or Naruto-kun on your team, if you didn't have one or two of the other ones? Because of the bond they share with Hinata, I look at her like my daughter, and want to improve her. As I watched them from a distance I noticed how the two improved because of Naruto-kun's motivation. And since I'm a master of, I can help Ino learn some with her clan techniques, so that way she doesn't have to worry about missing her. Naruto-kun is a different matter. Well, I do want him to help Hinata if I didn't get Kiba or Shino. Naruto chakra levels are high, and I can provide the necessary chakra control techniques. And also. She looked down in embarrassment, causing the other three to look at her confusingly. I admit, even though Naruto-kun can't learn at the moment, he would be very helpful to the team, since he can learn a limitless amount of ninjutsu, and I was hoping I can combine some with his, if he's learning it. Also I can learn ninjutsu from him. And lastly, even though he has a high level of chakra, I still want to try and teach him, and with his dense chakra, he might be able to take it to another level. He would be able to protect his teammates in any situation, if he can learn from any field. I admire him, as well. He's willing to help those in need, he's very respectful, and his drive to train harder is very inspiring. So to make a long answer short, we would be able to help each other. The Sandaime nodded. He had to admit, he was surprised Kurenai wanted Ino, a former fangirl, and Naruto. He was disappointed in Kakashi's answer for Naruto, but Kurenai gave a genuine reason, and he was impressed with the news. He knew how strong Naruto really was, and because of him learning thanks to his Kage Bunshin, he could help Kurenai. After all, he brought Anko up to Kakashi level, and he believed Kurenai had the same potential. Asuma's reason for Shino was good, but he found it disappointing that none of them asked for Sasuke, but considering her obsession with the Uchiha, she could only blame herself. He made his decision. Next day at the academy, Naruto was sitting in class excited for the team announcement, thanks to Anko training, and Kuruma he was the top student in his class. He had to admit the Genin test was easy. He appreciated that Iruka-sensei allowed him to use a different variant of the Bunshin technique. He also bonded with Ino-chan and Hinata-chan. Ino had improved a bit during the past 5 years. Even though she had a worldwide crush on him, she started training seriously. First was her diet. She first refused, but when Anko told her she would have a flat chest if she didn't change it, it worked wonders. After that, Naruto put some resistance and suppressor seals on her, but she wasn't up to his level. He gave her some daggers made out of chakra metal and a book. Anko also helped develop some poison with some of the flowers from her shop and taught her some stealth techniques. Naruto helped her increase her reserves a bit from high genin to high. Hinata was also training with them. Thanks to Anko, her confidence grew, but she developed a hate for perverts. When they were training, Naruto and Anko noticed she couldn't stay in a stationary position. Anko incorporated some of the snake style into clan techniques, and in Naruto's opinion, it evolved it for Hinata. Hinata was able to maneuver around their attacks while striking their coils. Naruto, with the help of Tenten, also trained her how to use the bow staff with her 360 degrees fighting style. He thought it would be the perfect weapon since she could attack and defend in the same style, and she would have to worry about killing anyone. She also learned about herbs through Ino, and decided to make medicine. Naruto didn't inform about the cry yet, but he decided to wait until they became comfortable with being a genin first. Now in class before I announced the team, I wanted to say congratulations to all of you. You made me proud. Also I wanted to congratulate and announce the Rookie of the Year and the Kunoichi of the Year. Rookie of the Year goes to Naruto Uzumaki, and Kunoichi of the Year goes to Sasuke Haruno. The class besides the Uchiha, Inuzuka and Haruno cheered for Naruto, while set 3 grunted. Now time for the team announcements. Team 1 skip to Team 7. Team 7 will be Sasuke Uchiha, Sasuke Haruno. Some of the fangirls groaned. Yes, I'm on Sasuke-kun team, love prevails. Sasuke yelled. Maybe you keep it down, it's not ladylike to yell. You could learn a thing or two from Hinata-chan and Ino-chan. Naruto commented, causing the two to blush. Sasuke was about to retort until she was cut off. Enough of you two. Anyway, the last member of Team 7 is Kiba Inuzuka. Your instructor will be Kakashi Haddock. Kiba slammed his head on the desk for being stuck with the harpy and the emo. Even Naruto pitied him. Teammate will be Naruto Uzumaki, Hinata, and Ino along with some of the fangirls. Tense at this. Let me be on the Naruto team for the love of Kami. I hope I'm on the Naruto team. Ino and Hinata thought. Ino Yamanaka, yes. Ino yelled before jumping across the table and latching on to Naruto and kissed him on the cheek, making the male blonde blush. And Hinata Hyuga. Your instructor will be Kurenai Yuhi Thump. The whole class turned towards the noise and noticed Hinata's chair was empty. Naruto looked down and chuckled. Hinata passed out on the floor. He picked the girl and sat her on his lap until she woke up. Iruka chuckled at the poor girl. Team 9 is still on rotation, so Team 10 will be Shikamaru Nar, Choji Akimichi, and Shino Abiram. Your instructor will be Asuma Sarutobi. Everyone can go outside and take a break before meeting back in the classroom. Meet back here in an hour. Dismiss. The class went outside. Naruto was walking side by side with Ino and Hinata, who woke up to being on Naruto's and almost passed out. So what's the plan? Naruto-kun wants to go get something to eat. Sure, but first let's stop by the weapon shop and pick up Ten-chan. Also, since we are Genin now, I thought an outfit change was in order. Ino grabbed his arm and pulled him towards their destination. Oh, we are going to have so much fun. Can you let me pick out some outfits for you, as well? Ino may have started taking her life as a kunoichi seriously, but she was not going to pass up dressing up with her crush. Hinata grabbed his other arm and dragged him alongside Ino. 1 hour later, after the shopping trip, Naruto and his new teammates returned to the academy and waited for their instructor. Naruto was wearing a black muscle shirt with orange lines going down the sleeve with a swirl on the back and wearing black cargo pants with orange lines going down the side. He had a ninjato on his back and a pouch on his waist. Even though Ino and Hinata were there when he changed, they couldn't help but drool over his appearance. Sasuke was blushing up a storm, but she was fighting it down. Teammate. The group turned towards the and noticed a beautiful raven-haired woman walking in. Ino, Naruto, and Hinata stood up. Meet me at training ground 8, and don't be late. Kurenai said before disappearing in a. Naruto smiled and looked at the girls. Well, you heard the lady, let's go. Hi Naruto-kun. The three leapt out the window and proceeded to the destination. Hey girls, let's release some of our seals to get there faster. The girls nodded and focused their chakra dispersing the seal and zoomed forward, jumping on the roof of buildings in their path. Kurenai landed down on the ground at the training ground and sat on a training post. She smiled at the student that was chosen on her team. She was about to go in more on her thoughts when she heard a sound behind her. She turned around and her students were there right after she arrived. She had to admit she was impressed already. Well, I'm surprised that you were able to get here as fast as you did. Now let's start off with introductions, things like your likes, dislikes, and dreams. Ladies first. Naruto said while bowing before the three, causing the girls to giggle. Wow, we have a gentleman on our team, well if you don't mind. Kurenai began, causing the blonde to smile. My name is Kurenai Yuhi, of Team 8. I like my friends Anko, Hana, and Yugao. I like to study differently and read books, especially my favorite one, The Soulless Princess. I dislike perverts, fangirls, rapists, and arrogant people. My dream is to become a master of, and help you three become strong. Who wants to go next? I don't mind, my name is Ino Yamanaka. I like gardening, training, sushi, the Soulless Princess book, and hanging out with Hinata and Naruto-kun. I dislike womanizers, perverts, fangirls, and guys who underestimate kunoichis. My dream is to become a great kunoichi and marry Naruto-kun. Ino finished, winking at the male blonde, causing him to blush. Hinata glared at her friend rival. Kurenai chuckled at the girl's straightforwardness. My name is Hinata Hyuga, heiress to the Hyuga. I like cinnamon buns, pressing flowers, and being with my friends Ino-san and Naruto-kun. I dislike the caged bird seals, Kumo, and... She unconsciously activated her, startling their sensei. Anyone who picks on Naruto-kun. My dream is to get rid of the caged bird seal and become a strong heiress. Also to have a family with. She looked at Naruto a bit, then passed out. Ino chuckled a bit. Kurenai turned to Naruto, giving him the go-ahead, while Ino woke Hinata up. Greetings, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen, training, gardening, learning, and hanging out with Anko-chan, Ten-chan, Ino-chan, and Hinata-chan. I dislike the 3 minutes it takes to make ramen, people who can't tell the difference between a kunai and a scroll, and arrogant people. My dream is to surpass all the and become the strongest, that way I can protect all my precious people. And build a village with no hate. Kurenai, Ino, and Hinata looked at the blonde in awe. Kurenai was impressed with her team. They had side goals along with a major one, showing their human side. She was feeling the pressure, and she promised herself that she would turn these three into strong shinobi. Well, with introductions over, Team 8 is formed. Originally I was going to give you a test of teamwork, but seeing how you three are close, that won't be necessary. I would still like to test you on your strengths and weaknesses. So I want you three to try and beat me in a sport 3-on-1. Don't hold back. Kid, you better hold back or you might cripple her. Kuruma warned. Naruto nodded. He wanted to go all out, but he didn't want to hurt her. He wanted to keep his skills a secret, but it would be wrong of him to not inform his sensei of his skills, and could build trust issues. The three genin jumped back into the trees, while Kurenai vanished. Hinata-chan, you've been around Kurenai-sensei for a while. How would you rate her skills? Well, she tries to hide it, but she's at a high level. Her taijutsu is mid-chunin, and so is ninjutsu. Her chakra reserves are low, so she doesn't rely a lot on ninjutsu. If we can get close to her, I believe Naruto-kun, and I could take her. Hinata answered. Okay, I think I have a way to take her down. Naruto said, as he began to explain his plan. Kurenai was sitting in a tree, scanning for her students, and quietly waiting. As she was scouting, her senses kicked into high gear. She leapt off the branch, barely dodging some shurikens. She landed on another branch, looked around at the direction the shurikens came from, but didn't see anyone. Where are they? Then out of nowhere, Hinata leapt onto the same branch in front of her. Found you, sensei. Hinata said, activating her, and getting into a position. She charged towards her sensei, trying to strike her pressure points. Kurenai jumped into the opening, as Hinata chased after continuing the onslaught. While Kurenai backed, Naruto jumped out with a kunai in hand, and charged towards the sensei. Kurenai wanted to cast her, but with Hinata here, it most likely wouldn't work. Her best option would be to take out Hinata last. Kurenai charged towards Hinata, surprising the Hyuga, kicking her in the chest, sending her backwards, then charged Naruto halfway. Naruto slashed down a Kurenai, while Kurenai defended with her own kunai. Kurenai knocked the weapon out of the blonde's hand. Kurino went through a couple hand signs. Naruto was soon transferred into a forest, and was sinking. He looked down, and realized he was in a swamp. Kurenai watched Naruto, and was confused. From what she knew, he was supposed to be immune to B rank. Maybe she overestimated him. While she was distracted, Ino jumped out of some bushes, and closed in on Kurenai. Hinata, break the Ino ordered, as she delivered a roundhouse kick towards the. Kurenai turned to Ino, and blocked the kick, but to her surprise, she was sent flying across the field. What's going on? Ino should have never been able to hit that hard. How does she get this strong? She recollected herself, and turned around, and saw Naruto charged at her again. She tried to punch him, but he grabbed her wrist, and smiled. He then spit some out his mouth, which landed on Kurenai's neck, and chest. Kurenai then kicked Naruto away, and he poofed into Ino. Good job, Ino-chan. Ino said, which confused them. Soon the other Ino poofed onto smoke, and Naruto was there smiling. Kurenai's eyes widened. That's why Naruto couldn't escape, and why Ino was strong. She then noticed her vision was getting blurry. What did you do? I put a sleeping drug in your system. Ino answered. You see, Naruto-kun had us change into each other to have you drop your guard. Even though getting trapped wasn't part of the plan. The idea was for me to get close to you. We knew you would target Hinata last, so you made it easy. And you'll probably be asleep for 3 hours. Ino explained. And now it's over. Kurenai turned around at the voice, and saw Hinata in a familiar stance. 8 trigrams 32 palms. Hinata began to strike Kurenai chakra points at blinding speed. Kurenai slumped to the ground, while half of her coils were closed. Naruto then extended his arm, and shot out a chakra chain, and wrapped Kurenai in them. Well, I got to say I'm impressed. Kurenai said, slowly drifting away. I speak to you when I wake up. Then she blacked out. Naruto and the girls looked at each other, and chuckled. How about we join her for a nap? After all, it's been a long day. Naruto offered. The girls looked at each other, and shrugged. Naruto picked up Kurenai bridal style, and led them toward a trunk, and laid Kurenai's head on his lap, while the girls each took a shoulder, and slowly drifted off. The girls felt a warm sensation, as they cuddled. Kurenai even snuggled in Naruto's lap with a smile on her face. 3 hours later, Kurenai was stirring in her sleep. She felt comfortable and warm for some reason. When she opened her eyes, she noticed her head was in someone's lap. She turned her head, and saw Naruto, and the girls sleeping. She started to blush when she felt his eyes. It made it worse when she noticed his chest, and arms, plus the way sunlight reflected off his golden hair. She had to admit she had a handsome student. Ah, you finally awake. Kurenai turned to the source, and saw Anko. Smiling at her, while holding a photo. I took the liberty of taking your team picture. Kurenai took the photo, and blushed for a moment. Anko, who gave you permission to do this? Although, it's a nice photo. You know what, this will be our team photo. It's natural, and shows our human side. Glad you like it, but I witnessed the test. Why did you go easy on them? I just wanted to get a grasp on their teamwork, but I didn't expect them to come at me at full power. Full power? Night-chan, they were holding back, especially Naruto-kun. Anko replied. What do you mean? Naruto-kun. Kurenai asked. I can answer the Kurenai-sensei, I was about to tell you anyway. The two turned to Naruto waking up, rubbing his eyes. Naruto looked at his shoulders, and blushed a bit. Ino-chan, Hinata-chan. Time to wake up. Hinata and Ino woke up groggy, and turned to Anko. Hey, Anko-sensei. Ino greeted. Kurenai cocked one eyebrow. Anko-sensei. Naruto nodded, and began how Anko helped him, and the girls trained throughout the years after she saved him from the villagers, surprising Hinata and Ino. He didn't tell them about Kuruma yet or the Kra, but he and Anko gave her the well-around about his skills. Kurenai felt disappointed. She started to feel that he didn't need her at all. That's not true. In fact, you are probably the only one who could help me. Kurenai looked at Naruto in confusion. What do you mean? I know a lot of ninjutsu, and have a few taijutsu styles, but I still don't have close to perfect chakra control to perform. So I was hoping we can somehow come up with an alternative way to perform it, and you can show me some advanced chakra control exercises. You are the best user in the village, so I need you. Kurenai felt touch and pride. She became a mistress because she loved it, but also because no one usually focuses on it, and just ignores it for battle power. Now to hear someone like Naruto, who has the chakra reserves of a cage, and probably can become a great shinobi without interested in learning the field. She couldn't turn him down. Kurenai-sensei, could you teach me as well? It would help if I can immobilize my opponents, and make it easier to use my clan on them. Kurenai smiled in pride. Sure, after all, that's what I am here for. I'll be happy to help. Anko smiled at her former students, and turned to Kurenai. I have a suggestion. Night Chain, I think you should increase your reserves, and learn some other form of. Sure are good, but it will only get you so far. I don't want you to fight someone who can break it, and risk your life. Kurenai wanted to deny it, but she was right. If she fought someone like Kakashi or Hyuga, she would be helpless. And she is pretty sure she would have to use a higher level on Naruto himself. Sure, it could help in the long run. As long as you know someone with the affinity to earth and wind besides Asuma wouldn't want to give a IOU. Anko smiled. Don't worry, in fact I know someone who has 5 affinities. Kurenai gave Anko a questionable look. Anko turned her gaze towards someone behind her, which Kurenai followed, and it was on Naruto. Naruto-kun, you have all 5 affinities. Naruto was rubbing the back of his head in embarrassment. Yeah, it was hard training with them, but luckily Kage Bunshin made it easier. Kurenai's jaw dropped. Her blonde student had so much potential. She knew he wanted to be, but now she was 100% sure it was possible. I see, okay, I will help you with learning, as a sensei. But if you wouldn't mind. Sure, Kurenai-sensei, I'll help you with increasing your chakra. Naruto cut her off. Kurenai smiled, and got an evil idea. Thanks Naruto-kun, and when you help me, who knows, I might help call you sensei. She whispered the last part in his ears, causing him to blush, and the other 3 girls to narrow their eyes. I'm going to have fun with him. Great, since we passed the test, how about we go out to eat to celebrate? Where do you want to go? Naruto offered. The 4 kunoichi looked at each, and smiled. Ichiraku's ramen. They all said, and dragged Naruto towards their destination. And, thanks for watching my video, leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time, till then sayonara.